Okay, topic 2. We're getting into reviews for the rest of the episode. And this is our first review of the day. We have A.C.E. new mini album Undercover. Did you see my message about covering 5-star?
Oh, I missed it.
You missed it? Okay, because there is an album only track. And I said that if it changes your score to check it out.
It probably won't change my score much in all honesty.
It's a ballad. It's a good ballad, but it's not like a blow you away ballad, so it probably wouldn't affect the score that much. It's just it's a solid ballad. But we'll get there. I have a little bit more notes on it, but I think everyone else missed the fact that because it's not on Spotify.
Yeah.
It's album only, so I just looked it up on YouTube. But yeah, okay, we'll start out with... Or wait, who's reading this? Am I reading this, I guess?
You'll read... Yeah, you can read this. I'll read the last two.
The other two, yeah. That's why I figured you would read the other two. Okay, so yeah, we have A.C.E. The first song is Do It Like Me. So this song, actually, I was surprised because it has like that typical like Middle Eastern style like hip-hop beat.
Yeah.
But the song is like way softer than you'd expect for that beat. Like the vocals and stuff. But I liked that. I thought it was a nice mix, like, or a nice like twist on it. Because when you hear that style, like, I instantly think Fast and Furious 7 when they're in Abu Dhabi, because they play that one song with the exact same type thing, like the Middle Eastern style like trap beat.
Yeah.
And I just think like this should be like this generic auto-tuned trap song over this. But it's like, yeah, it's like pretty softer like vocals and stuff. The drop was pretty standard, like it has like that the vocal effect, like EDM instrumentals where they like just edit some vocals and do standard EDM stuff with it. But overall, I like the verses for the song a lot more than I thought I would when I first started the beat.
Yeah, there's a lot more musicality to it than you'd think would actually exist in like this like hype EDM banger. And I'm a big fan of like boy group hype EDM bangers, but yeah, there is I think that the vocals are definitely what takes it over the top compared to other songs of this variety. So yeah, it was something I enjoyed a lot more, and great way to start off the freaking album, like the that's like so hype.
Yeah.
Cooper's thoughts. Cooper, probably the biggest A.C.E. fan out of all of us.
Oh yeah, 100% the biggest A.C.E. fan. He actually knows the members and has a bias.
I only know like
stuff.
1 or 2 names.
I don't know. I found out one name yesterday because his name is Wow, and apparently he's not able to go to Singapore, so he must have visa issues. Whoops. So they're performing as 4 members. And then Cooper was mad at me that I didn't know Wow because that's his bias apparently.
Oops. Anyway, his thoughts on Do It Like Me are, I didn't know if I was going to like this song at first, but it has so much attitude that I associate with A.C.E.'s live performances. Yes, they're very good live, at least from like stages and everything. So I think this fits perfectly. It's so much fun to listen to, and I actually really like the drop. It has sort of that Moombahton feel. Definitely does.
Next, we have Undercover, and this is the single, obviously, title track. So it was funny because Cooper told me that the instant this came out, he tagged me and told me to listen to it. And it starts out as a song I would hate a ton, and I thought he was just trolling me because it starts out with a super auto-tuned rap, like exactly what I don't like. But then it becomes hard rock, like rap rock, and instantly switches into something I love. And I was like, okay, this is why Cooper tagged me. This is A.C.E. coming for that Stray Kids throne.
Yeah,
basically. Just like doing straight, super hard rock instrumentals, great rap verses, great singing. I really like the pre-chorus with the piano. And the vocals are really good during that. It builds into like the straight rock chorus. It's a nice like drop down to build up. And there's a really good pause there too, right before the chorus. I love pauses in music, so that one was done really well. Ad-libs at the end were great. Like just everything about the song is what I love. It's like types of music I love, and I think it was done flawlessly. This is definitely one of my top singles of the year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I thought the music video was really cool. They have like a really cool, I picked it for the screenshot, but they have a really cool effect of like projecting light and shadow on a wall. Like a member standing in front of the wall, and they just have like this projection of like these cool like fractals and like trippy patterns and stuff. And And then overall, the rest of the music video, the sets are pretty basic. Also, the rapper 100% is trying to channel GD in as part of his music video. He's so like trying to be GD and like weird, and like the styling and everything was GD.
But it's so good though.
It was done well, but it was just funny to me. And the choreography is really intense and fun. I think it fits the song really well too. So yeah, overall solid release. This is 100% why we're reviewing this album.
This one song
Cooper
just like
pointed out this single and was like, "Oh yeah, we should cover this because people should check this out."
Oh yeah, this song hard carried like the whole album. Like it's a 4-track album, but I mean like it carried it so hard. I think. Again, I explained before that I'm not the biggest A.C.E fan, but the one thing I do like about them is they've been unafraid. Oh, granted, like they kind of like did stuff in the meantime while like some of the members were off in like UNB and like other like sort of survival shows. But the one thing I do like is as a group, they haven't been afraid to, or like the music wise, they haven't been afraid to experiment. Because I mean, if you can remember all the way back in like this is like 2018, 2017 when they debuted, yeah,
something like that,
yeah, 2017. Like they put out their debut song was like a freaking like hard style like crazy EDM track, when they moved into like this like hard rock type of thing. Like you're always getting something new and interesting from A.C.E. I like that. I like that they're pushing the envelope in that sort of way. But yeah, I pretty much echo a lot of your points as a big fan of any group, whether boy group or girl group, just doing like rock instrumentals. This is just complete heaven for me. Like, especially with like, again, as someone that isn't averse to like auto-tuned rapping as much as you are, like it's that perfect combination of like hip hop and this hard rock style. That chorus, just like the serious impact that they give with those choral vocals, like everything about, like, I could go on and on about the instrumental of the song, because like there's like these sick drum fills everywhere. Yep. There's like gunshot sounds. Like, the song has everything. Yep. Basically, they just put everything in here and it works. As you're mentioning with like visuals and the music video. Yeah, so the rapper, his name is Byung-Kwon, the one that was the guy that's wearing this like crazy like yellow fur-lined jacket, and his hair's in like braids and everything. I'm just like, oh, it's crazy. And they're also wearing these like red like military like style uniforms. Like, I really love the styling in this entire music video. I kind of wish that like the rest of the music video like kind of like lived up to that aspect of it, though. They probably should have shown the choreography more, in all honesty.
Yeah, they didn't show it enough.
Yeah, they barely showed it, and I think I probably would have enjoyed the music video if they showed the choreography more, because what I did see, I did like. And I mean, I went and watched like their live stage, and the choreography was like hype as hell. So yeah, that's the thing. For a song like this, you have to show the choreography a lot more. So that's probably the only like knock I'd have against it. Cooper, he said... He said, quote, "I knew the sound this would have from watching all the teasers, but I wasn't prepared for how epic it would be. This rock and EDM vibe is such a great direction to go. Their hardstyle stuff didn't really pan out, sadly. Take Me Higher was a nice lighter sound, but this could be their strongest release yet. The MV is low budget, but it makes great use of what they have. The styling is insane and instantly iconic. They're a super heavy choreo group, and they did not disappoint. Some of the best I've seen this year." So yeah, Cooper's just incredibly high on this song. Yeah, I am too. I was surprised at how much I ended up liking this, in all honesty.
Yeah, I could see this on awards list at the end of the year for a single. Next we have Mr. Bass. I thought this was a throwback to like Gen 2 boy group songs. Yep. It's just really, it's very like, love the funk in the song, great harmonies. Overall, they're just doing the shiny thing. And I think they're doing it really well. So yeah, it was just fun to see them try out like a shiny style song and not bomb it. I thought the instrumentals are fantastic. I love the super like high pitched bell synth in the background, and just overall the synth line in general is fantastic.
You're not going to talk about the bass in the song? It's literally called Mr. Bass. Where's Mr. Bass?
You got it covered,
I guess. Yes, I obviously love the bass line and everything. The only thing I guess I wouldn't like about this song is I kind of wish like they would have done something a bit more interesting in the chorus than just kind of repeat Mr. Bass like over and over again.
Yeah, I thought the Mr. Bass was a little too repetitive. Like it wasn't egregious, but it was getting to the point where they should have cut it out a few more parts.
Yeah, because I ended up honestly, I kind of ended up liking the build up in the pre-chorus a lot more than the actual chorus, like the "Don't you give it up" like that, and obviously like that instrumental definitely like continues onward into the chorus. But yeah, I just like how it sort of incorporates like all these like electric keys and all that sort of stuff, like guitar sounding stuff into it. Just basically, it really is just like a shiny, like funky, like type R&B track. So they do it really well, surprisingly well.
Yep.
Cooper. He said the performance of this is so fun. I'm guessing they did this as their other song for their live stages. Yeah. He says I get light, shiny vibes. It's really funky, and I love the synths here especially.
Yep. And next we have If You Heard. And for me, I love the piano start. I'm always a fan of like sentimental acoustic piano based like boy group songs. Very like Big Bang, early Big Bang. It was one of their two types of Big Bang that you got out there. You got the sentimental acoustic stuff.
You got emo Big Bang and you got hype Big Bang.
Yeah, and this is in between. The emo side. I thought there's some really good guitar licks and like funky bass too. It's a little quiet, but it's there. It gets more prominent later on, especially during the second verse. But yeah, I really like the song. It's probably my favorite like album track. I'm just always a sucker for this kind of like sentimental track if it's done well. And I think this was.
I mean, yeah, it's done pretty well, but like I've heard this kind of a billion times already. But it definitely comes off as kind of the weakest on the 4 or 5 album, 5-track mini album for me. But I mean, I do like the vocals that they showcased on here. Cooper kind of had similar thoughts to me. He said, weakest song in the album for me, a serviceable acoustic ballad, but wasn't really elevated by anything.
Yeah. And then I have Star, which everyone else missed. But I'll
5-tar.
It's 5-tar or Star. But yeah, it's a ballad. It's a piano ballad. But I think it's a pretty decent ballad, actually. The opening vocals are fantastic. There's a lot of emotion there. The only thing that bothered me with the song mostly was the first, like, I wish the tone of the rap was a little less nasally. For this song in particular, and like I know some are rappers that's just their tone.
Yeah, you can't help it.
It doesn't fit a ballad.
Sometimes.
I wish he was like able to just tone it down a little bit. Like it wasn't egregious. Like it didn't ruin the song, but it
kind of felt like a bit inappropriate.
It felt
for, like,
a little out of place.
Yeah. The vibe of song they were trying to go for.
Yep. So yeah, we'll get to scores now. For me, I gave it a 6.5 out of 7 for music. I loved everything on this album pretty much. There's just a couple small things, mostly the chorus of Do It Like Me is really the only thing that lost them points, and I liked the verses a lot on that song, so I just dropped them a 0.5, and then I give it a 2 out of 3 for concept, so overall a 8.5.
On my end, for the single, I gave 3.5 points. I really do that, but I mean, damn, this is just this song is amazing. Like again, just to come from a group like A.C.E, they're just constantly surprising me with these different sounds. So I hope they continue to like maybe go down this path. I wish I liked the album tracks more. In all honesty, I only get it like 2.5 points out of 3.5 for that. Most of that's probably just Do It Like Me and a bit from Mr. Bass. But I mean, I kind of wish it would have been longer. If I knew that it was 5 tracks, maybe it would change a bit, but I mean, I don't think ballad ending it off would not have changed it much.
It's a good ballad, but it's not a blow you away Taeyeon ballad, so it probably wouldn't have changed your score.
Yeah, concept I gave 2 out of 3. I love choreography. I love the styling and visuals of it. I wish the music video was a tad bit more creative than just them kind of just like sitting in like random like box sets and doing choreography in that one building that every boy group does choreography in. I swear, it's just like there must be like a bunch of abandoned buildings like on the outskirts of Seoul that just get a lot of use because it's like every boy group does like choreography videos in there essentially. So 2 out of 3 on that front. For a total of 8 out of 10. I was pretty. I enjoyed it for what songs they did have though. So pretty surprised on how high I ended up rating this.
Cooper, you want me to do Jacob's?
Oh yeah,
first,
go for Jacob. Yeah.
So Jacob, his summary was, the mini album opens with Do It Like Me, which is a fun hype song with very forward sounding vocals and Arabic sounding electronic instrumentals. Undercover, the title track of the mini, is still very much in the super hype camp with really cool, almost industrial sounding rock instrumentals that often tread into EDM genre or EDM region. Mr. Bass was a really cool track since it decided to go more into the 80s, 90s synth or techno style, also taking on more of an 80s style flow when it came to the rap. The vocals on that song especially stood out as well. Finally, we end the album with a big banger, Beast-style upbeat ballad in the form of If You Heard. Really enjoy the vocals and piano instrumental on that track. Overall, this is a very good mini album from Ace, and I hope to see this quality continue into the future releases. He gave it a 6 out of 7 for music and a 2 out of 3 for concept, same score as you, for an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Cooper gave his final overall thoughts. He said, this is a super strong comeback after a year and a half. They just did a successful world tour, so I hope they build up their fan base. They've built up their fan base a bit and are able to come back frequently now. They are definitely one of my favorite active boy groups. He gave 5.5 out of 7 for music, a 2.5 out of 3 for concept, for a grand total of 8 out of 10. So, yeah, it's pretty straighthtforward what the score is. There's 3 8s and 8.5, so this is an 8, straight 8, yep. Yeah. So surprisingly good single from a group I guess we just haven't paid attention to in a while or heard of from. Yeah, because again they were busy doing other survival show stuff. So hopefully, they built. UNB had decent popularity, so hopefully they can build in terms of fan base on that.
I was actually thinking about them earlier this week. I was like, what happened to them? Because they disbanded with no fanfare at all.
Yeah, which kind of sucked. I don't know.
They put out Blackheart, which was awesome, and that last year. And then I looked up their Wikipedia page and it said they disbanded January, but they didn't put out anything since May last year.
I think, the contract just ended. I think at that point. So.
Yeah, they didn't get a goodbye single or even Unity got a goodbye single.
Garbage as that last album was got a goodbye single.
They got something when they disbanded, whereas Blackheart was. Well, and that was funny because I thought UMB was going to get more than Unity because they had more time still, and Unity disbanded prematurely. But then nothing happened with so yeah.
Imagine putting all that effort into the show and then only getting a mini album or two.
Yeah, they both got 2 mini albums.
Yeah, what a waste, unfortunately. But I guess that's to be expected with survival shows that don't dethrone friggin' produce. Anyway, What are your thoughts on Ace's Undercover? Do you like their new direction, going more Stray Kids hard rock style? Would you like to see them in concert? I think they came here I think they came to the US.
Yeah, I think they've done. They've done.
Oh no, they didn't come to. They might not have come to I was busy, but I'd like to see Ace. I need to see the short shorts.
Yeah,
I need to see the short shorts again. So definitely let us know your thoughts on all the music that we cover here in the comments. It's a good song that's ruined by the chorus. I'll have to preface it by saying that because I'm completely into the song. Going in, I'm just oh, okay, they're going back to a bit of R&B type feel, and then the chorus is this stupid, generic, boring as hell freaking